Hello guys, and welcome to the Contour series. In the last lessons of Contour series web services, we talked about the concepts of SOAP and RESTful web services. We saw a demo of how to create SOAP web services using Eclipse IDE. In this lesson, we are going to talk about how we can create RESTful web services in Eclipse IDE. This is what I am going to do. I will write a University RESTful web service. Client will access it using its URI. Client can request university information in different formats, for example HTML, plain text, etc. And RESTful web service will send the response in the requested format to the client. Let's start. Go to Project Explorer, right click, New, and choose Dynamic Web Project. Give a name to the project. You will need a application server or a web server to deploy RESTful web services. So choosing the new runtime. If you do not find the one that you are looking for, then go to download additional server adapters to choose the one and appear in the list. In this example, I am going to use Oracle WebLogic Server 10.3. Choosing the one, going next, providing the home path of the server. Finish. Click on Add Project to an ER. Go to Next, Next, and Finish. This wizard will create the required folder structures for RESTful web services. We are creating RESTful web services using Jersey, so we will need Jersey jars. Go to the website jersey.java.net, hit download, click on zip of Jersey, and this will download the required Jersey jars. After extracting the Jersey zip, you will find the folder structures like this. Go to the lib and copy all the Jersey jars and include it in the project. Now create a university resource. Right click, choose class, give a package name, give a name to the class, finish, and done. Let's modify the default template class. Include @path annotation. This annotation specifies that this RESTful web service is exposing a university resource which can be accessed by the client using this URI. Exporting the required jars. I will explain the already written university class just to save some time. I've written here two get methods and one put method. If a client wants the response message in HTML format, then this method will get executed, and if the client wants the response in plain text, then this method will get executed. @produces annotation tells that this method will produce the response only in this specified format. If a client wants to update the student information present in the university RESTful web services, he can do so by calling the put method of the university resource. Client can pass some students specific information to the server using this URI. In this case, client is passing student's roll number to the method, and the method would retrieve this parameter using @path annotation just before the method. And update university info method would retrieve this student roll number from the URI using this syntax. Then you can use student roll number to update that student's specific information in the database. And then you can return back the success message to the client. Now a university resource is ready. Client can access 2 get methods and 1 put method in this university resource. Let's modify the default web.xml created by Eclipse wizard. This is the default web.xml created by Eclipse wizard. Just replace the contents of this file with this one. Your RESTful Web Services is now ready to build and deploy. Go to the project, choose Run As, Run on Server, choose the server, click on Next. If you have already created the domain of the server, then provide the path here. In this example, I am going to create a new instance of the server that I am using, providing the name and location of the server where we want its domain to be created. Click on Finish, and this will create the domain of the server. Click on Finish, and this will deploy the RESTful Web Services on the server. Now your RESTful Web Services is up and running. You can test RESTful Web Services directly on the browser. By default, this way the browser calls up the get method of the university RESTful Web Services and requests for the HTML representation of the resource. You may use JAX RS APIs to write a class and test the RESTful Web Services, or you can test it using standard tools like REST Client UI, etc.